Right, let's get into some Q&A. I've got too many again. I'm going to pick someone out that I can skip through quickly and then see if I can pull up some more detailed ones. Email asking about Antarctica. Can you tell us what's really going on? Well, I've covered that a number of times now, and I have nothing new to add. Heard you say on last week's show that they are manipulating the stock market. That's correct. If the government no longer has any money, I assume this includes the plunge protection team, then how is the manipulation still continuing? The government and the stock market are two completely different entities. The stock market is being run off ledger largely, not on front ledger, off ledger. That's how they manipulate things. Except the government plunge protection team doesn't have any money, but maybe some others do. They've blocked it. Does the man and world holding trust quantum computer print cash? No. Doesn't need to. This was more of a statement in an email, and the statement says, I really don't think you understand cryptos, Thomas. Correct, I don't. And any logical thinking would support that. See if we can get through some quicker ones. Just watched the President's Union address, and I must have missed something in translation with regards to the money for the wall that has already been assigned. No, you didn't miss anything. Well, you did. It was in code. I told you to twice on the 27th and also the third show. Nothing will make sense in the media currently. It just won't. A lot of is being said in code, and Trump said enough in code. And no, I'm not telling you what the code is, because if you know, they know, and they block it. Not understanding why does the president need Congress approval to fund the wall. He doesn't. It's not as if the money is coming from the government, Mexico or Americans. It's coming from the trust, absolutely, as he reaffirmed today. We've got plenty of money, plenty of funds, he said in his message today. Are the shenanigans of dancing around the fire a way to avoid telling Americans of the world the truth that the funding has already been assigned? Well, he's also protecting our safety. He knows the threats we've been under, and maybe one day he will mention it. Should he mention the trusts paying the wages to the government? He could do. But everything's controlled, isn't it? He can't say what he wants to say. There are things that I know that I can't say what I want to say, or what I would like to say anyway. And this is why I played that song at the beginning, Living on the Edge. We have to be very careful. Who is the king, queen of the hive mind? The people. When you think about it, that's the reality. If a person resides on the mental planes and loses their gift, can they work to get it back? Yes, absolutely. Are you working on a simplified version of the power structure document for your presentations, and if so, will it be released to the public so we can all see and understand the control system? Yes, when time allows. I'm hoping maybe we can do a video show and show each portion, and Kim on the video, and we both present it. But time is not on both of our sides at the moment. Is the ongoing plans to destroy America, with the ongoing plans to destroy America, is it not imperative to focus on the Canadian border? Not as much as the southern border. Speaking as a Canadian, our country is being destroyed by Trudeau, and I feel that as though he is a huge threat to the safety of America. Do you have detailed info on Trudeau? Well, he's part of the system, and he has to do what his paymasters tell him to do. It's the way it works. You know, Trump has to say things he doesn't particularly like. That I do know. That's why I says take everything what's said in public with a massive bucket of salt. You said suicide, killing someone and being killed drop you down a level. Can you be more specific on the penalty? Well, that's it really. You drop down a level. For further details on that, I would listen to the Humanity Unplugged shows. Was the Earth built as a Lucian farm? No. And can only organic humans create loose energy? Or can they get it from clones? They can't get it from clones, but they can get it from walk-ins. It's the walk-ins taking over the vessel. What has been done about 5G satellites and 5G attacks on us? No comment. Plans and operations. Will there be a release of personal debt? Possible. I'm not promising anything. I just read an article that Trump held a TV speech about the wall he wants to build. Would it be a good idea for him to publicly reveal the real reason for that wall? He has done several times now, in several interviews and several tweets. How are we doing for time? Right, let's go back up and see what we didn't cover. All while the US portal people distract with total rubbish, a plan to dominate the world via Israel with Russia and China partners continues full steam ahead. And it's never mentioned in the West, as most are all oblivious. The new world order is Israel uniting with Russia and China to create the One Belt, One Road technocratic tyranny of the planet. This is totally contrary to the concept of national and individual sovereignty. Take Israel out of it, the country out of it. Because the New World Order is not a country. It never was. They'll use them as puppets. Like America. America's the military puppet. So the order tells the clowns with the badges on their shoulders, go and attack that country. It's not America attacking whichever country. It's the system. People really need to get away from the alt media narrative like it's still 2014 and life has moved on. And 2013 and 14 was littered with anti-Jew and anti-Israel. It's nothing to do with the average Jew, and it's got nothing to do with Israel, the country, either, and everything to do with the Zionist faction. Like the Nazis. The Nazis are not all about Germany. In fact, there's more Nazis in America than there is in Germany currently. Nazis are also in Holland, Finland, Sweden, Britain. And yet people will blame Germany. The system always wants you to focus on the puppet, whilst they hide and run behind your back. So while you're blaming somebody else, they're happy with that. Because that means you haven't worked out what they're up to. That's why I did the faction show over 3 years ago now. We have to stop labelling Israel, the country, and the Jewish people, they're pawns. Zionists. And the Zionists are not in with Russia and China either. Thomas stated that the SSP is headquartered in New Zealand. As a person with family there and looking to move my young family there, what are the implications and consequences? Well, to the average person, not much. It's only if they decide to go near certain mountains, of which you will be familiar, and start playing, because there will be consequences. There have already been several consequences of their interaction where they're not allowed to go anymore. I have a 3-year-old daughter, and you mentioned that if a person does not connect to the etheric by 6, then it's impossible, and that is correct. How can I assist my daughter on making this connection? Read to her, get her to read, be creative, do arithmetic, do writing. Just teach the child. That then creates the connection. It's all about the learning curve. Even reading from a young age, it goes into the subconscious. It allows them to process that information. Because we think, oh well, it can't talk, so it can't understand what we're saying. Wrong. It has a lot of senses. The child has a lot of senses before the age of 6, and then education and programmed parents dull them. So keep interacting, play music, preferably not rap or anything nonsense like that. Classical music stimulates the nerve. It also calms them as well. I suppose this was inevitable. Another cat question. Bloody cats. Yes, it's become a common joke, and people wind me up over it because I don't like domesticated cats. Would I harm them? No. I just don't like them. There is issues. It's not past life issues, although I do have memory of their knowledge, I should say, of them interfering here, which is displayed on the hieroglyphs in what is now known as Egypt, when they were working with Thoth, Ra, and all the other goons that were trampling all over humanity. That's the feeling I grew. So I've just never taken to domesticated cats, but I do like bigger cats, and I worked it out recently, as the bigger cats have round eyes. The smaller cats are not descendants of the bigger cats, not. And I have a feeling they were introduced here by those same people who were located in what's now known as Egypt. They have most domesticated cats have lizard eyes. That's not unnatural. evolution from a bigger cat that have round eyes. It's just not. They are a genetic different species. Now, of course, it became fun when Langley announced that they'd used cats as spies, which is why you'll hear me reference it. And I go, no surprise there. So, and then a story came up today about cats, which I'm going to breathe out. So, the cat police can close their ears for the next minute. Or perhaps they might learn something. But the biggest issue over the cats is it's actually a social media algorithm agency-led program. It's all over the internet. Suddenly people are just posting cat pictures, forgetting they've got children or grandchildren or husbands or wives, and it's all over the internet. It's a program. It's more to do with that I've challenged. It's a program. It doesn't make sense. You know, why isn't there pictures of dogs or budgies or something else? It's cats everywhere. In fact, even in 2 adverts, there's 2 adverts having fun at how many people post cat pictures on social media. I think Verizon's one of them. And I saw another one last night. It's a program. But apart from that, to be more serious, there's issues that have come up as part of a study by the Centre for Disease Control and Prevention. And it says a parasite called Toxoplasma gondii is the most common parasite in developed nations. And the cat-carried parasite, only the cat, can infect any warm-blooded species and cause schizophrenia and possibly Alzheimer's, and also bipolar disorder. Now, it's estimated that more than 60 million people in America may have this disease. And it says most people never suffer any symptoms at all, but those with weaker immune systems, an infection with the Toxoplasma gondii can cause an illness called toxoplasmosis, which can result in miscarriages, fetal development disorders, weeks of flu-like illness, blindness, and even death. And it's also been associated with mental disorders, including schizophrenia and bipolar. Now they've ordered 2 more studies to explore the mental health issues in greater detail. Oops. Meow. Where does Mr. L fall into the lineup of the control structure, and where does it now reside? It's not here, and not part of the control structure anymore. I was confused when Kim was mentioning it, explaining it in an earlier show. Well, things have changed. You know, there's some people. Lucifer is a title. It's a bit like the Antichrist. It's a title. A bit like Satan is a title. Now, originally there was Set-An, which was the entity that ruled the planet Set-An, or Saturn, until it was removed in 2014. So no longer has domain. Now, some other people reported seeing Lucifer, but what they know, does it look Luciferian, or is it Lucifer? Is it the title? How many Lucifers is there? As far as I know, there is no Lucifer here at this current time. Question 2. Dark entity realms 3, 4, 5 and 6 have been emptied and returned to source, but 2 realms are left on their own. Realms 1, the wolves, and realms 2, the clowns, remain as they weren't attached to this plane. You've misunderstood that. The original, because it was ongoing that week when we were reporting in the shows, 3, 4 and 5 and 6 had been emptied that particular week. 1 and 2 had already been removed, particularly the clown realm, which was removed sometime, I think it was late 2017, early 2018. The clown realm went down, and since then, of course, we announced on the next show that the realm 7 had gone down also. So that's your 7 layers of hell attached to the lower astral. How can any of these people, entities who say they've converted, be trusted again? And that's to show who you're referring to about being converted. The issue is, and it doesn't matter who you are or whether you're human or not, everyone has the capacity to be an angel or a demon, who are one and the same entity. It's how you dictate your life. Everyone has the capacity to be the ultimate in light and the ultimate in dark. It's a matter of choice. What has gone on here is there's been massive amounts of interference by the top end, Marduk, Draco, etc., the Lord, Anu, and they did covenants with the jinn, or the dark spirits. Not all spirits are dark. Sadly, a lot of them are, though. That's the problem. Because over time, it starts going darker and darker. Once it starts running away, then there's a big problem. But of course, these are non-corporeal entities. They need to feed. They can't eat food like we do, solid, so they consume energy. And with the covenant between the Draco and the top end and these jinns, they did work for them, messed with people's heads and all kinds of other stuff, and they consumed the energy. Full-on harvesting program. So it's like certain greys, including the tall greys who've been messing with humanity. They were here to enforce martial law. That was their directive: enforce martial law, and they got some perks by using naive and largely ignorant humans, unaware of their own abilities and unaware of their own power. Now that they're here still enforcing the peace treaty, those perks went away. But if they're told that humans are this, that and the other, and are there for their benefit, does that make them wrong? Now they know the real truth, which wasn't passed down to them by not only other beings but humans on this planet who sold humanity out as well as themselves. So, can they be converted? Absolutely. Same as some youths start off life like wild children and rebels and always get into trouble, and then later in life change and don't get involved in that. So there's evidence of them converting themselves into being a better version in one lifetime. But certain groups have to earn trust. Can you share about the organisation MapLife? According to Anonymous, MapLife is a torture-oriented sex trafficking criminal organisation. I don't know anything about them, sorry. I'll wait for time. What can you tell me of this website or country or whatever it is, the United States of America, 1781? They issue passports. Yeah, right. Good luck with that. You'll go to jail. Another OPPT style group, by the sounds of it. If all souls were returned, no, all souls were not returned when the Walkins demons left. The demons that were bound under the Solomon were the ones that left, as well as the emptying out of the realms. That doesn't mean to say all the Walkins have gone, and it doesn't mean to say all the demons, as people will refer to them in the biblical terms. They're actually jinns, dark spirits. We still have the walk-ins amongst us. Are you able to provide an update on the latest status of the IRS? They're shut down. Maybe permanently now our bill is pushed forward. Are their servers still shut down? The back ones are, yes. The public ones for refunds and filing, no. We're not interfering with general operations. We've interfered with their ability to transfer funds to Rothschilds in Switzerland. We've interfered with their ability to interfere in people's banks. So that's everything's carrying on as normal with the IRS as far as the public concerned. We just know it's different.